Great. Thank you for giving that approval for recording. So, pleasure meeting you once again virtually.
Yeah,
Uh,
nice to meet you as well.
this means a lot to me and wish you a very happy new year.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
So, with All Rise, with the podcast and the platform which you have built, as far as remember, working with Microsoft Dynamics. In fact, it was built on Microsoft Dynamics, the AI-powered software, which is going to help lots of lawyers because most of them use the legacy softwares. Most of them are outdated. Um, in fact, it's the tech part because to begin with, I worked with Hewlett Packard or the company, the printer company or the laptop company, Hewlett Packard,
Gentlemen.
here in Bangalore, in India, for close to 5 years. Uh, but again, there were lots of conversations, I guess, thousands of them in about the span of 5 years. Lots of Canadian and US clients whom we were helping remotely with the HP mainframes, the typical remote support you can call. So that's where my background comes. And I also juggle my skills with content marketing, like during the early stages of YouTube beta days. Been using YouTube for close to 15 plus years. I have my videos to show from YouTube, which are 17 years old during the early, before the smartphone era. So, I mean, you know the SEO or the meta tags and the kind of things which people play with the videos. So from there, I shifted to my work with respect to uh, GE Healthcare, or probably you know the GE Financial Services, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so spent like close to 2 years there. I came with Amazon. Amazon also here in India, place where I stayed. Like probably we can call it the Silicon Valley of India. Um,
Okay.
so Amazon Prime Video, or probably Amazon remote content. Spent close to 2 years at Amazon. So that's what makes me feel proud. Amazon, HPG, and also remotely helping as a consultant for anybody who would like to market their products or services. So, in fact, after watching a couple of videos on Allrise and being a law firm, I do work with a couple of lawyers here in my hometown.
Okay.
We know the missing element, I mean, the missing piece in the puzzle. Uh, Most of them lack time because they do not have time to work on what it needs to market their services through their own law firm or with the practice. Everybody is busy with the practice. Um,
Right.
I mean, they can definitely leverage the technology, um, provided somebody shows them the path in the simplest way because they already have too many things to work on. So I thought it would be a good connection because the law firm peer podcast and always products, other products which I've explored in partnership with Microsoft 365 or Microsoft Teams, or it's built on that architecture. So I'm like, wow, Eric, you have that hiring circle on LinkedIn. So I thought I could definitely add in value as a sales rep or based upon my past experiences. Probably any kind of opportunity in terms of marketing the product, at the same time engaging the law firms throughout US in all the 52 states. I don't know if the clients are globally in Canada or in any parts of the world. Um, and I do not have the developer coding experience and all, but my skill set corely lies in marketing the product or engaging with people virtually because being through lots of podcasts, thousands of podcasts, we built hundreds of podcasts on Apple Podcasts or the Amazon Music or the Google Podcast, now integrating the YouTube platform. So my specialization comes to content marketing overall. So Thank you for allowing me to steal your 2 to 3 minutes to give a little intro about
Hmm.
myself. But I'm super excited because one is all rise. I don't know. I mean, anything which goes with R as Raj means Raj, rise. And there is also a Rise Up anthem. I don't know if you heard about that anthem, the Coca-Cola anthem. If you just search on YouTube, a Rise Up anthem, you'll get something which is again closer to uh, what I believe. So I strongly felt it doesn't matter uh, if there is a contract or not. I thought let me give it a shot because there is an opportunity to increase the number of listeners, probably create more engaging conversations through social media platforms, mainly the LinkedIn, because I keep following a couple of other attorneys, the patent lawyers, IPR lawyers on LinkedIn. Less than 10% create content. And after watching your YouTube podcast, I'm like, okay, this can be retargeted multiple ways, be it on Twitter, Instagram, though we may not have a target audience on Instagram or Facebook. I thought there are multiple ways we can partner, collaborate, or take it forward if things go really well. So with the
Let,
content,
let, let me yeah let me tell you a little bit about because I have a few different companies, and it's all kind of in the same family of companies, if you will. They all have the Rise, the RIZ in the name. We have Rise Technologies, which is like an MSP, an IT service provider. And we focus on law firms, but we have clients that are not law firms as well. But more from a marketing perspective to go into like the theme of everything we do, because we, I guess you could say, specialize in law firms. And through that, I am the CTO and the CIO, the fractional CTO and fractional CIO of many law firms throughout the world, mainly in the US, but we are expanding globally as well.
wow,
We have a Microsoft partnership. We have tons of partnerships with a lot of different technology providers, because we have obviously, like I mentioned, the partnership with Microsoft. We have and we also do cybersecurity. So we have partnerships with a bunch of different cybersecurity vendors that we work with. And then we also have a digital transformation. So it's 24/7 help desk, things like that. Really, ultimately, for the firms that don't have an IT department, we become their IT department. For the firms that some firms that are larger, we kind of complement their IT department. So we work with their IT department to provide them the 24/7 help desk, things like that. And then we also have Riseware Solutions, which is started off as a custom software development company, because my background is in software, like architecture, software design, software implementation, that kind of stuff. So I've been in technology for 25 years, um, and most of that time was working with Fortune 100 companies, global multinational companies like, Ford Motor Company and Starbucks and Nestle and, really large companies like that have entities throughout the world, on really large software implementations and ERP implementations. We did like data warehouses, analytics, projects for those companies, but a lot of those projects were, large, multi-year, multi-million dollar projects. Um, and then I got into probably about 10 or so years ago, I got into the legal space a little bit and got involved in helping, an attorney with some of his technology. And a lot of the principles and a lot of the innovations and technology specifically that the large enterprises have available to them, like the HPs, like you had mentioned, small to medium-sized businesses um, which most law firms are. You have the bigger law firms, but even the big ones, they're maybe 1,000, 2,000 people, are the big ones, right? Where when you're talking about the HPs and those companies, there's, a lot more, you're talking about a lot more people. Um, and so a lot of the technology and capabilities that the enterprises have, that wasn't making its way down to the law firms, right? And so and the small to mid, not even, I would say we're more focused mainly on the mid and above, but we also have helped some clients that are small because everything we do is user based. So when there's only a few users, even though we love helping law firms and it's kind of my passion is to helping anybody with technology and making them more efficient, and more capable, making them able to do more with less, if you will, and kind of compete at that level based on leveraging the technology that is available today. Um, so we work with all sizes of firms, but obviously the larger the firm or the larger the company, the better because we're, at least for us, because we're user based. So the more users, the more revenue, and that kind of thing. So and what I also did for the majority of my career is design commercial software. So software that you could build and you can deploy it to many different companies. Not like you go to one company and they want something, you build it for them. You go to another company, they want something, you build it for them. No, so it's really commercial software where you design it, build it, and it's like, all right, who wants to leverage it? And making it configurable and flexible enough to be able to be leveraged with, you know, uh, using the same software for many companies throughout the world. Um, Now, we started off Riseware Solutions as a software development company, and we transitioned it to be a digital transformation company because we were picking up also a lot of projects that people wanted us to automate things, and people wanted us to implement AI and really kind of help them get to the next level, but it didn't always require custom software development. So we kind of transitioned into a digital transformation company, and custom software development is something that we also do with Riseware Solutions. And that's kind of how Allrise came into the picture because since we work with law firms, we noticed that there was a kind of a hole in the market where they're using a lot of different disparate systems, and you explained it perfectly earlier, where they're so busy they don't have time to adopt technology. So a lot of the stuff, it's like either they don't adopt anything, but and they're on this like legacy kind of stuff, or um, the stuff that they do get is stuff that are quick and easy to kind of implement, and then they kind of over the years they'll accumulate these little apps or little things and then nothing talks to each other, and they can't really get a good view of their entire business, and there's not enough transparency and visibility into the business essentially.
That is
Um,
great. There's lots of resistance into achieving their results because of all the things which you mentioned. So
yeah,
the number one resistance which they have is like they did not have the right workforce to work on the things. Probably it could be various features within the app, the integration app, the app. I'm glad that you mentioned with the commercial software which you have built, the automation of the task, probably integrating everything with the power of AI. So my
yeah.
my only question is, Eric, like how big is the marketing team? Like uh, I'm sure the tech
So
team.
the third company that we have is Sunrise Marketing, and so we have a digital marketing company, and it was originally focused on law firms. We uh, Now, although we still offer those services, we're trying to focus more on the technology side than the marketing side. The reason we kind of that came to play is because a lot of the law firms, like you had mentioned, they're not strong in technology and they're not the strongest in marketing either, right? So just having all these clients that we were helping from a technology perspective, it just, we got so many inquiries about helping them with digital marketing just because a lot of lawyers, people that aren't technical just see it all as technology or all as IT kind of thing. So we did that to try to help them grow as a part of our services. And we were doing that we were doing that really well, but my passion and really what I want to focus on is the technology side of things. So Sunrise Marketing, we still have the company and we still help clients here and there, but the main focus of Sunrise Marketing has been kind of turned internal to help our other companies with their marketing. So we have about probably 7 people in the marketing team. We have a chief marketing officer who's in Silicon Valley in California. We have a great guy, really, really sharp, really good and experienced at what he does. We have somebody in India, and she's our marketing director. Tulika is her name. And then we have some a graphic designer in India, and then we have
Wow.
a graphic designer in Spain. And then we have somebody who does SEO. He's also in India.
Wow.
I do a lot of work with India just based on technology, and so I've worked with people from India for most of my career.
Wow.
Yeah, and I have a
So
lot of
quick
friends.
question. I'm a little excited now. Now that you mentioned about Tulika. In fact, I was going through All Rise on Facebook. I did see Tulika Kiran was liking a couple of the recent posts on Facebook. So when I saw Tulika Kiran, I thought she's in Delhi. So I thought I should ask Eric if he had been to India in the past, in the last decade. Have you been to India?
Doing what?
Like, have you traveled to India or did you come to India?
Oh, no, I haven't been. I haven't had a chance to visit yet. No, I haven't. I have the same problem as all the attorneys. I'm always working, man. So it's like we're still our companies are about probably around 5 years old. So still, and we have 3 different companies, so it's a process, and it takes a long time to build up the culture and all the capabilities and the processes and procedures of all 3 different divisions and all of that. Um, so I'm really busy right now, continuing to pull that together, and now we're in the kind of growth phase where, we have all the capabilities, we have everything in place. We just need to get more revenue and more clients, essentially.
Yeah, and I'd seen your videos, like a couple of pictures from the Morocco, Africa, the GTEx event, I suppose.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so that video which was shared on Facebook, I guess that's another video which I'd seen. So the reason I asked is again, probably you might have traveled almost all the places globally, is what I thought. But again, in the sales team, now marketing part, I'm glad to know that there is an SEO guy or the graphic designer. Mainly, I look forward to creating consistent podcasts so that the listeners get retargeted with the same piece of content. Probably it could be the LinkedIn newsletter, it could be the audio podcast on Apple Podcasts. So it's like,
I apologize. I did have another meeting at 10:30. Let's uh I don't know
that's okay.
if you
That's absolutely fine. We can always connect. Probably day after tomorrow. I mean, I'll send you my calendar.
yeah,
Um,
send me your calendar because I want to continue this conversation, and it's really great meeting, but I just realized I'm late for my next meeting.
and
So
yeah, before we end, I just wanted to let you know that in India, again, we do things greatly at $1,000 monthly. And I'm open. I mean, there's no negotiation on that because 12 to $24,000 per annum is something we always do great things. But it would be a great investment, but we'll take it forward because I've done it. I've done it with enough number of clients with whatever I've done in the same budget, 12 to $24,000 per annum. So we've started at $500 monthly also, but we can take it forward. There could be amazing returns for whatever the investment which we make. No pitch, but we'll continue to speak in the next call.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great meeting you, Raj. Thanks. And we'll speak again soon. Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you, Eric. Bye bye. Take
Thanks,
care.
Raj. Thanks. Bye-bye.